I'm Robert Williams from MetalRules.com, and joining me today in Nikita Productions presents the South Texas Rock Fest is none other than the voice that's been taking you round and round all those crazy years, Mr. Pearcy of RATT.
How are you, my friend?
I'm doing well, and yourself?
Real good. Got through that heat fest.
Oh man, it is a sauna out here today.
Yeah, it's nice.
My first question for you, Steven, your third solo album, Under My Skin, will be released July 22nd through Airline Records. In addition to providing your signature vocals, you're also playing guitar on this album. What can Steven Pearcy fans expect from Under My Skin?
Well, they'll know once before I can play guitar and I can play solos, you know. But, seriously, it kind of early RATT sounding, but, you know, you can't help the technology and the, you know, being this 25 years later, you know, my solo stuff is always RATT associated because I co-write the RATT music, you know. But I had a lot more fun because I actually played a lot. I play guitar on all my solo stuff, but this one in particular, I went to town, you know. And it took a while. It wasn't rushed. It was done. Fred Corey Cinderella plays drums on a song, and, you know, one of my bands, Anti-Division, on Top Fuel Records, he's writing and playing on there. So it's, you know, one of those records. And it worked.
Do you ever record out at Bobby's studio in Houston, or no?
Oh, no. I recorded MT. I recorded my studio associates. But I got to tell you, one of the songs is on ESPN2 NHRA Drag Racing all season from Under My Skin. And the Donnas are guest on re-recording of Round and Round on Under My Skin. So that's even cooler.
Very cool.
Yeah, the Donnas.
What can you tell us about your songwriting partner and guitarist on Under My Skin, Eric Ferrantino? How did the two of you become acquainted musically?
Well, that's a long story, but, you know, he's in, like I say, the Anti-Division on Top Fuel Records, and I met him years ago, and he's just a great player. Reminds me of, you know, a bit like Crosby with his writing. He's dedicated, he's a real guy, and we write great songs together, you know. A good song's a good song, you know. If it doesn't make radio, it doesn't mean it's not a good song, you know.
Definitely.
You got internet now, my friend.
Yeah, and how do you like the internet age? Do you feel like
it doesn't bother me. It's amazing. We've been there and done it. We're just going through the motions. But for new bands, it's a brilliant sell, you know, into marketing and.
Yeah, I mean, coming up in a day and age where you used to have to put out flyers.
Yeah, the flyers, and then do bad things to get a gig, you know, or good things.
You like social networking sites like MySpace?
I can deal with it, you know. I mean, everybody's got an opinion like an asshole, so, you know, it's like when you think you're good, you suck, and then when you suck, you're good, so who knows, you know. So, it is what it is.
From the time your first group, Mickey RATT, formed in the late 70s up to the present, you've remained very active, and now you have your very own record label, Top Fuel Records. Having explored every nook and cranny of the music industry, what are your current plans for Top Fuel Records and world domination in general?
Well, eventually the indies, you know, labels come from somewhere, and Top Fuel Records was created in '95 to do exactly what I'm doing, release what I want when I want, and so it's a good medium. We have an all-girl band, Gash Inc., presenting to rear its ugly head after 6 years. So we're not rushed to do anything. And Anti-Division, Eric, and I do a lot of race car stuff on there, like, you know, do movies or independent films or NHRA Drag Racing, ESPN2. You know, songs for that. It's all good. You know, it's the medium. It's what I like. I like it. You know, it's challenging. So. It is what it is, huh?
You mentioned your project, Anti-Division.
Yeah.
What's that like?
Well, that's Eric's band. It's new music, but it's still, you know, hard rock oriented. He's my guitar player, and it rubs off on him. You know, the RATT stuff. It's a new breed of music. So I mean, as a label guy, I go where all bands fear to go. #1, and #2, there are bands out there. And so I'm A&R guy to my own label. I have Metal in America, which is a compilation record of 20 unsigned bands around the U.S. coming out, because I'd get so many demos in. I'm like, this is crazy. So I created Metal in America to tour and for the first compilation, which comes out end of the year on Airline and Top Fuel Records. We're hoping.
It's a real punkish logo.
Yeah, well, it is. Yeah, well, he is a punk.
Cool. On the Top Fuel MySpace site, you welcome bands to submit their material and provide an address they can send it to. How much of the submitted material do you personally review? What kind of bands do you think would fit well on the Top Fuel roster?
Metal in America bands, and you know, I got to tell you, we get all kinds of good stuff, and I do listen to it. You know, and there's hundreds of them, and coming over from all over. So that's why I say again, Metal in America was created, a place so they can tour and get their music heard. You know, and they, you know, just in that case, you have, you know, 20 street teams going, you know.
Yeah. I read that a very fateful hit-and-run accident landed you in the hospital in the late 70s, and it was there that you were given your first guitar.
Behind the music?
An acoustic as a present, and up till that point, you'd wanted to be a race car driver.
Yeah.
Top Fuel Entertainment is developing a funny car dragster with driver James Day. How's that project coming along?
It's coming along. We should be out the half of the season, and my association with another Top Fuel team with a new energy drink. But yeah, I'm still way involved with drag racing. And yeah, it's true. That's what, you know, I stumbled into the music thing, you know. I was an avid fan of, you know, Zeppelins and Aerosmiths and Blue Oyster Cult and Cooper and ghostly shows, but my intent was to drive fuel cars, and so I can't get away from that. Now I've been sponsoring them since early 80s.
You have a favorite driver?
Oh, they're all good. You know, Dale Poldy, you know, Clay Millican, the Rat Tracks were all last season, and James Day, which is a new thing. And we'll see who drives a fuel car, but I'm into it. You know, it's not a passing fad thing.
You stay so constantly busy with music. How often do you get to hit the racetrack?
Oh, as much as possible. You know, today I got a call who qualified number one, and Corey Mack qualified number one, so it's cool.
I know RATT's playing Rocklahoma, right?
We did, yes, the other 2 days ago.
So what was the reason they couldn't come today?
Because I'm out here with my solo band.
Yeah, okay, well great. The RATT
They couldn't afford RATT, I don't know.
The RATT reunion has been a long time coming. How is the current summer tour going, and how is everyone getting along so far?
Pretty good, you know. I'd like RATT to get in the studio and do a record. End of the year. As of now, we're just doing festivals and one-offs. Spain, Japan, Australia, Europe tour. We went to Sweden Rock Fest, so we're keeping busy. We've got a lot of ground to cover still.
How was Sweden Rock Fest?
Great. Amazing.
The official RATT website credits the VH1 Behind the Music special as fueling a huge comeback buzz for RATT. How big of a part do you feel the Behind the Music special played in putting RATT back together again?
Not that big a part, actually. But it showed that there was interest, and, you know, so they got part of the story, but not all of it. So we decided to go play. Yeah. And we'll see how it goes. Yeah, like I say, record first, and then we'll get out there and do what we got to do.
How did the reunion come about?
You know, our interests. It's our, you know, we do take our music seriously, and RATT music, and, you know, there's a lot of music being put out there by us. So eventually it got us to talking, and you know, hence the games. You go in there and the games and guitar this, and you're hearing RATT. So that's, you know, a lot of things initiated.
Well, we are so glad.
And the respect of our music.
Yeah, we are really glad that it came together.
I appreciate it.
Rounding out the.
Are we almost done yet?
Yes, sir. Rounding out the current RATT lineup of yourself, Warren DeMartini, Bobby Blotzer, returning bassist Robbie Crane is John Corabi. How did John Corabi end up landing the gig playing guitar in RATT?
Don't ask me. I've back in the cellar. It's just almost a little over a year. I don't know. John's a great talent.
I've heard that there are definite plans to hit the studio and record a new RATT album.
Yes.
Are the songs already written for the album?
I have quite a few on the table, a good dozen, and I think they're perfect in line for what we're doing. Now I just got to wait and see what Warren has, and like I say, we'll hope to get in there late in the year, start working on something. Yeah.
Well, I'd like to thank you for taking the time to chat with us.
Thank you very much.
And also a big thanks to Joe Anthony over there for hooking us up, and Nikita Productions for having us.
Yes. Well, right on. Appreciate it.
Thanks very much, Tim.